with our December craft. We'll be making a cute little favor box and a cell phone holder that you guys can make. It's really quick, simple. These are for last minute gifts, in case you forgot someone, this one is. And this is for those small gifts, so like that pair of earrings, that keychain that comes in that really awkward packaging. You can just go ahead and tear off that packaging, stick it in this box, and you're good to go. Okay, so the most important thing that you will need in either of these projects is toilet paper rolls. They are both made out of toilet paper rolls, so you will need some. Then scissors, of course, an X-Acto knife if you have one. Then glue sticks. That's the major stuff. The rest of the stuff you can play with. You can add glitter if you want. You can seal it with Mod Podge sealer, like you can seal it with Mod Podge. I recommend using masking tape because not all toilet paper rolls are created equal, and mine are thinner. So the masking tape just helps to add that extra like firmness when you're putting in your cell phone because you don't want it too flimsy. Okay, so we're gonna start making our favor boxes first. So the most important thing is to just take a regular old toilet paper roll and go ahead and wrap it in whatever you want. So I have some extra wrapping paper. I have some random book pages, graphic novel pages. I am going to wrap it in the wrapping paper though. And for this one, if you want to make one just like this is just construction paper. Red construction paper, black of course, and then yellow with some gold sparkles. And then honestly, I messed up on the top of the box, so don't worry if you do too, because then I put a cotton ball to cover it so you can't see it. I also hot glued it closed just because it wasn't closing easily. Like I said, that's all on what you want to do. If you end up like taping it or putting a cute ribbon around it, I mean, either way is fine. Okay, so for this one, I'm not using the masking tape, but you will just put glue. Go ahead and measure it out. And you will just put glue all over this paper. Now what I'm going to do is cut off the excess after, because this wrapping paper is super thin anyway. I can get the glue open. You're literally just going to put it everywhere. And like I said, you can do this with anything. You have cute ribbons. You have washi tape. You can see I have washi tape over there. Like whatever you know the gift recipient likes as well. Right. And then you're going to just wrap this like once. You don't want to wrap it too many times, because honestly, then it gets tough to fold it down. And then I'm just gonna take a little more glue, and you can see I'm almost out, just to do that last flap. And then seal it down. So when I was doing the construction paper one, I was really nervous about the paper rolling back up, so I just put paper clips on the end of it. You can do the same thing if you're worried about it, or the paper's too thick. I wouldn't recommend using super thick paper though, like cardstock, because that gets really hard, like I said, to fold down. And then me, I'm just trimming off the excess now. Set that aside and let that dry. I can go ahead and show you the folds now though. You can see I tried on this one. So you just literally fold one part down and then the other part over it. Okay, and you'll do the same for that side. It'll be flat. You'll just fold it down and over it. And now I do admit, like I had to press on the creases right here to really get it to hold. But it's really simple. Really easy. If you have something longer that you want to do too, like say a necklace or something, you can also use a paper towel holder, like the paper towel roll. This one I had a lot of fun with. The only thing is, so my cell phone, I don't know if you guys face this too, this is more like iPhone size cell phone holder, and some people won't like it because the cell phone actually sits down in it, so you can't touch like the bottom buttons, the bottom row of buttons. That's fine if you don't like this one. I also have this one, which I like. And my phone is huge, so it doesn't fit in a toilet paper roll at all. Now, so this one, it just kind of leans against. Now, this is one I just made really quick on the fly with like washi tape, leftover washi tape I had. But we'll start with measuring. So you will take your toilet paper roll right here, and you will go ahead and you can either guesstimate, which is what I'm about to do, or if you have the same model phone as your friend or whoever you're giving this to, you can go ahead and measure your phone, just place it on here, outline it real quick, and then use your X-Acto to trace out that thing. All right? So I'm just going to do a rough square, or an iPod too as well. So the great thing about this, some people, if you don't want to see the inside, you can put a little cover with just like construction paper or washi tape on it. But I did find that it does amplify the sound a little bit. So it's almost like a mini speaker, which is pretty cool. So I am just going to roughly cut a square. You're going to be careful, make sure you don't stab your fingers. As you can see, the toilet paper roll is already starting to crease a little, especially now that I've taken out that chunk. I'm just going to even this out a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that hole. It's simple. Now I am going to cover mine in masking tape because, like I said before, you can already see it's kind of flimsy. If it holds something in it, it's probably just going to knock over. Now, you can also use duct tape as well, which I think is what I'm going to cover it in after I do the masking tape, because the duct tape is thicker and will give it a lot more stability. Plus, who doesn't love duct tape? It's amazing. So you can see our roll is now completely mask taped. Looks pretty good. So I'm just going to get the duct tape. And then, like I said, if you don't want to use duct tape, you can easily use the book pages. For all I did for these is I chose a specific picture that I wanted to lead with. As you can see, I chose Bella's face, in case you don't recognize her. I chose Bella's face as the main lead, and this one you could choose like Edward's face right here. Choose that for the biggest part, and you could wrap it around. Stick glue like all over the back of the sheet of paper. Then you could wrap it around, and then I left it like that to let it dry, and then I glue more and more. And then you just fold those in, and it's super simple. You're done in like a short amount of time. It's really easy. But for this one, I'm going to use duct tape because I found it, and it's Galaxy duct tape. So cool. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing right here, I am just cutting little slits in this duct tape because I tried to press down the duct tape on the other side, and I don't know why I thought it was more flimsy than it was, but it wasn't. So just cut little slits in it, that way it will easily just go inside, and you can just press it down and it'll stick. And it's very sticky, so beware. you guys, bazinga, it's done. As you can tell, this was actually not even as much duct tape as I thought it would be. I really like it actually, and it's got some firmness to it, so I really think this would hold a cell phone well. Now for our next step, there is a couple things you can do. So you can stick little push pins in it easily. That will hold the phone, keep it from rolling all the way back, you know. The only thing about this is you have to put something on the inside, as I'm sure you could tell with this one, because who wants that? Like, that's tetanus. Don't do it. Either stick little erasers on it, or you can even get little jewelry pliers and cut off that excess or that sharp point. What I am going to do though is take a hot glue gun. If you guys don't have one, you should definitely get one because they're amazing. Okay? And I am just going to figure out where I want it to lay, which I think would be good, like right there. And I am just going to put 2 little hot glue dots, and you can just roughly guesstimate. Well, as soon as I put more glue in this one, always have excess glue. And that will work perfectly. Then of course you can peel off those little things. That will work perfectly as like a mini stand to keep it from rolling. It's not too much, it doesn't look ugly, and of course it will be hidden anyway. So there you guys go. Okay guys, so we're just gonna bend down these corners. You can see, folded super easily. I'm just gonna pinch that a little bit. And then I'm going to bend down this one. I'm trying to get it to match up. But if it doesn't, don't worry about it. You can either seal it with hot glue, like I did in the Santa one, you can see, or a cute ribbon, a piece of tape. Like, this is really whatever you want it to be. And honestly, it's just a favor box. They're just gonna open it and take whatever's inside of it out, and then it's probably gonna get thrown aside like the wrapping paper. So there you guys go. You can put some cute ribbon on this, sprinkle some glue. I love glitter. Put glitter on it, whatever you guys want. Okay, so there is the favor boxes. Now I am going to show you how to make this, just because, like I said, if your cell phone is like mine and it's way too big to go in these cute little holders, this is a good option for you. So we'll eventually get to this stage. But you'll just take 2 toilet paper holders. You will cut one right down the middle. If you don't think you can make a straight cut, no shame in your game. Measure it. You know, take a ruler and a pencil, measure it out. I'm confident that I can do that, but we'll see. Okay, and then for this one, you're actually going to cut it down the middle as well. And then choose whichever roll you want. Actually, you know what, this roll feels more sturdy to me, more firm. So I'm gonna cut this one in half. And you can just eyeball it about where you cut it on the other side. Do not get your thumb, so be careful. And then just make that same straight cut. Okay. So now you have this piece and this piece. So what you're essentially going to be doing, as I did in this one, is just hot gluing it on here. Okay? So you're going to take, well, you can go ahead and measure it with your eyes, because I thought I cut it pretty straight. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Because as you can see from this one, there's a tilt. Because I didn't hot glue it evenly, so don't worry. So what I'm going to do is put hot glue along this part right here. Now hot glue is hot, so be careful. And make sure you have that extra glue. And just slide it in here, and and then put it down. Okay. Now you're just gonna lightly hold that, and if you see that it's not going straight, you can just quickly adjust it while the glue is still hot. So don't really worry too much if you mess up when you're putting it on there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So we have that done, hot glued. Now you're just gonna hot glue this bottom of it. Now don't press it in, if that makes sense. Like, don't be too aggressive with it, because you don't want it to tighten in on itself. Just like loosely where it would naturally fall. Go ahead and put hot glue right there. Okay. And then hold it together. Right? And if you're not confident that was enough hot glue or something, feel free to glue it again, which I will probably do. Okay, so once you're confident that your hot glue is dried, it dries pretty much instantly, you are going to do the same thing and pull out this wonderful masking tape, just to make it more firm. But actually, it doesn't feel like I need it on this one, but I still will do it anyway. So you're just gonna cover it in masking tape. Like I said, that's just for the sturdiness, because not all toilet paper rolls are created equal. Alright guys, so I am not going to show you how to cover this with masking tape. I am confident in your guys' masking tape ability, so there's no need for you to watch me do it. What I did do is, just like with our wrapping paper here, I just covered whatever material you want to use. If you want to use book pages, I covered that with glue. I used stick glue. It worked super well. You can use Mod Podge if you don't have stick glue. I wouldn't use the liquid Elmer's glue though. That's too wet. It will undo all the firmness that our masking tape just did to that. So I wouldn't use that glue, but if you want to use a light layer of Mod Podge or the stick glue, that would be perfect. Then you're just going to cover it, cut off the excess. You can either close the ends just like with our other cell phone holder, or you can keep them open and just make sure you put some tape on the inside so you don't see that paper. Other than that though, guys, look at these ones. This one's so good. So, and like I said, cover it in Mod Podge, a thin layer, if you use book edges and you're worried about that ruffling that can happen. Or you can use the acrylic sealer, which is what I used in this one, and gave it that really pretty shine. You can throw some glitter on it. I love glitter. And just, you guys, do your thing. Stay happy, healthy. Make sure you like our video and subscribe to us if you haven't yet.